Hey people, hope you're having a wonderful day. This is my beginner's guide to Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven. We're starting off where we left off with Gerard. If you haven't seen part 1, go check my guides and you can find part 1. I cover Leon and his entire part, help you get a head start. Anyway, these fights in this part of the map are all mandatory. I would actually suggest pumping up the difficulty so you don't end up just killing all these guys in one hit. Gerard has had a sizable amount of increase into all of his stats and stuff like that, so he can now fight quite competently, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I like to put it up to hard whilst I kill these guys. And then when I fight the final boss part, I turn the difficulty back down. Anyway, though, there's a save bit right here if you want to sort of make sure you get these fights down quite well. Other than that, we're going to progress to the end. Watch out for equipping this item rabbit suit on any of your spellcasters. It actually is an invisible stat that you can't see, which will actually reduce their magic ability. After the events of the Goblin attack, you can recruit the mercenaries, which are actually better party members because the heavy merc, or the male merc, has earth magic. That's the only earth caster you're going to have for a while. And she also has water magic, which is generally better than having no magic at all, so I like to replace James with her. I like to go with a formation like this. I don't really touch on formations because you only get one. But generally you want Hector at the front as he has the highest defense. And in terms of like equipment layout, I like to have her with long spear and longbow, and with iron greatsword and great gothic axe. We didn't have an axe user before. He has an axe. If you don't want to use him, you can obviously just take his axe and put it on someone else. But yeah, it also makes good because he can cast earth magic. Other than that, we're just going to progress on to the next part. It sort of asks you to pick between Goblin Hideaway or Somon. It doesn't really matter which one you pick, you can change your mind. And it really won't affect things too much, though you might as well get Goblin Hideaway out and done with early on, because it's not that much of a challenge, and you'll get a neat longsword at the end. But other than that, let's get on with it. About Goblin Hideaway, most of the mobs are trash, so you want to avoid fighting them if at all possible. There's some that are almost guaranteed at the bridge part, which you almost can't avoid, so I don't blame you for fighting them there. But remember not to escape. But other than that, there's some good weapon items here in terms of treasure chests and stuff like that. And the boss is quite difficult, so I don't blame you if you want to turn the difficulty down. And this place will never be cleared, so I think it'll always have lingering enemies. So you might as well just get all the treasure chests whilst you can. But yeah, I'm probably going to do Goblin Hideaway first. It's not going to affect my playthrough that much. If I'm ever like cornered or anything like that, I like to use the teleport out of the map to try and get myself a quick autosave, so I don't have to experience that combat and muddle up my save. One thing to watch out with the boss here, when he's doing this red light thing, he might blow up his weapon, damaging the entire party, so make sure you're all healed up. Goblin King isn't really anything to note. The main weaknesses are greatsword, foil, wind, and light damage. But one thing that also to note is after you do a significant quest like that, you get a revenue increase. This is why we want to get these revenue increases out of the way as soon as possible, so that we can be earning the most that we can from our random encounters. Back in Somon, there's only one guaranteed encounter before you have to fight the same boss as you did last time. Other than that, he is a lot harder than last time. I would focus on destroying his mobs that he spawns first, before targeting the main body, as it can get a little bit out of hand. It's hard to juggle them all at once, so I don't blame you for turning the difficulty down. Because after this, leveling up gets a lot easier as we get access to more areas. Because of how relatively short this dungeon is, I'm going to just show you me duking and diving to give you more examples on how you do it. And just beyond here is the first guaranteed combat. As you can see, I didn't counter anything. The dungeon is relatively the same, but this door is already open after the guarantee combat. You go through here, you're going to unlock a small collectible, which you find later on in the game. These things are generally quite easy to find and are in like quite a few areas. I might make a guide on all of them, but it's up to you. Like, comment, and subscribe. The unique thing about these little things as well is they'll autosave after you do them. Because of that, they kind of make like good checkpoints for dungeons. As I said before, there's no shame in putting the difficulty down to casual for fighting this boss. He is very difficult, even on normal or classic. To be honest, it's a bit of a hurdle, like maybe too much of a hurdle for this part of the game. I feel it's a little bit unbalanced. But after this, as I said, leveling becomes more easy. And the bosses are a lot easier because of it. I will note that when he raises his arm up like this, you want to destroy this as soon as possible. If this cooldown on this attack goes off, it will kill you, even in classic or casual, basically. So you just don't want this to happen. After the events of that Somon encounter, Gerard's all grown up. And now more of the map is opened up to us. We're going to go on to trying to open up the map as much as possible. And the enemy strength values went up. So mobs are a little bit stronger now. But as you can see, because I've been using all of my weapon types, they're all kind of leveled up a lot really evenly. Except obviously because of Earth, because I got it later. But yeah, I'm going to show you what I like to do next. And a little trick later on. But stay tuned. After that, you'll be offered to build a forge. I'd say just build it as soon as possible, because it's going to take a while anyway. Now the smithy's under construction. Slightly down the corridor, you're going to meet this little alien fella here. This is Mr. S. He is a little collectible that you can get in most of the areas in the game. I'm hopefully going to make a guide where I collect all of these guys. Now after the time skip, you'll notice in Somon things have significantly chilled the fuck out. And there's also a Mr. S over here. Now, the story really wants you to start taking on the Canal Fortress thing. The Avalon Cat Burglar thing. Personally, I like to pursue the Mighty Martial Artists first. So I can do a little trick later on that allows me to open up the map on my first generation very easily. In the bell next to this question mark guy, there's a little Mr. S here. Little farmland. Asking about NIbel, you'll be able to get heads up on the Dragon's Lair where all the martial artists hang out. Now both Fiend's Cloister opens up as well as Dragon's Lair. I suggest going to Dragon's Lair first, as if you complete Fiend's Cloister, the martial artist won't join you. Right around here in the little mess area, there's a Mr. S. Hard to miss. Just make your way down the middle. There's no like fights or anything here. You can just go talk to the guy. I shall help you anyway. Then he tells you about, like, there's this big glob in there in the Fiend's Cloister, like a mini boss. He just wants you to beat the mini boss so he can finish off the main boss and be all cool and stuff. So this is also a good reason why I bring these guys, because they're all spellcasters, so you can do a high amount of magic damage early on. there's a lot of chests around here, and like these little alcove areas, and as well as just like items and stuff like that. So make sure to have a little run around before you leave. Now we can start making our way to Fiend's Cloister. You can literally duck and dive every single person here, due to them all being needed to like complete the quest. So I might just show you me ducking and diving all these guys. Another major thing about this, after this quest completion, all the enemies in this area disappear. So you can just come back and collect all the loot with no enemies. So this bad guy is pretty tough. So a big tip is to go in free for all, as he likes to use line attacks, which will go through your more fragile party members. Also, he's a bit of a mage, so you might want to quit magic resistance, but too important for that. But yeah, there you go. After the combat, just return to the Dragon Lair and report to the martial artist. Before you beat the big blob thing, head to the Fiend's Cloister. Now a lot of the mobs will be pre-killed by the martial artists on the way there, so there'll be pretty much no combat. Just as you enter, there's a little Mr. S here. Now you have the treasure hunter, lets you know how many treasure chests you've missed on each map. Now there's still some mobs around this area, so watch out. Just duke and dive to the end, as after this quest's conclusion, as I said, there's no more mobs here. So you just need to duck and dive them, and there's no boss. So. Oop. Yay! And everyone's happy. Now you can get him to join your party, which is interesting. And Tefl is opened up. After that, we're going to just hold off on doing Tefl. This is going to be the last part of my beginner's guide for the first of Gerard. Now we're going to move on to opening up the map.